Well, maybe the best place to start is when I was interviewed at the hospital. And I was working in Newark, New Jersey. Had to take trains up to White Plains, which took about 2 hours. I got out at the train station, and White Plains was one big vacant lot. So I really wondered what I was getting into. They had just moved the entrance from the East Post Road to Davis Avenue. The hospital had just gone through a transformation project and was taking on a new look and a new feel. There were lights hanging from the ceiling, and the lobby was the brand new face of the hospital, which was taken down in the spring of 2014. Standing there while they were knocking down the lobby was a little amazing, really amazing.
In 1978, when I came on the board, John was an accountant working for the hospital. Joe Hoffheimer was on that search committee with me, and I think the two of us decided fairly early on that John would be a great candidate for president and CEO. Very young, very smart. Were we right?
It was probably the best decision the board has ever made. When John took over as CEO in '81, this was a good community hospital among many good community hospitals. And over the ensuing years, 2 of those hospitals have closed, 2 almost went bankrupt.
Well, this was a different place. This was a much smaller hospital.
John immediately recognized the community he was in, quickly identified the important players in the community.
This city could not have gotten any more help from the hospital than it did. I talked to John about it, and I used the hospital as probably my major key point in getting companies here in the city of White Plains.
The hospital is probably the biggest employer in White Plains.
I think almost 2,500 employees in our city, and these are not just jobs, these are skilled positions, and healthcare and hospitals in general are employment areas where people climb.
John understood the importance of confidence the community had White Plains Hospital would be here. He used this variety of talent and board members to bring new thinking and ideas to help those who are experts in healthcare to formulate a plan for the future.
So John, I think, has always been committed for what's right for the patients and what's right for the community. And I think if one has that ability to listen and to recognize need, it's easier to make decisions, which I'm sure as a CEO are often difficult to make.
For me, nurturing, supportive, listening to my ideas, offering that his door was always open.
He made it his business to come to the Cancer Center, to come to our meetings, to ask how things were going, and what do we need to do to grow our program.
He has a passion for this hospital, and to be a good fundraiser, in my estimation, you need to have a passion for what you're asking people to donate to.
We became the first freestanding cancer center in Westchester County, and now as I walk into this building today, we're getting more space, another beautiful building. And we have rooms for obviously radiation oncology and a pharmacy and administration of chemotherapy and patient cares and genetic counseling and navigating and all the things that a cancer program should have.
John was the cornerstone in this institution. When I met him 33 years ago, he have been a big supporter. I have been to many conferences, and whenever I came excited about new technology, he was there supporting me and pushing me and even traveling with me to make that happen.
John's vision has always been to reinvest in the infrastructure of White Plains Hospital. And that could be done through the Cancer Center, through radiology, to have state-of-the-art imaging offered that is on par, if not better, than some of the major medical centers that surround us.
We were the first hospital in the county to have an outpatient surgery service. We're one of the first to do cementless hip replacements, one of the first to do gynecologic and general surgical laparoscopic procedures.
It starts with a robot in an older operating room, and now it starts with a robot in a state-of-the-art operating room, and very soon there'll be 5 state-of-the-art operating rooms. With John's support, we now have the busiest robotic program in the county and the surrounding counties.
The only reason I came here was because of John. He had a vision that coincided with my vision. And when you think back of an empty room with 3 monitors to now, we are the place that you call in this Hudson Valley region to go pick up your sick babies because White Plains is the place that you want them at. It's an incredible transition.
White Plains Hospital is very much focused on the patient first, and as a community hospital serving our community of patients. But it's a culture that has to come from the top down.
What his style and personality has shown is his personal commitment to the empathy, to the warmth, to the quality of care that citizens of this community have received by working with White Plains Hospital.
I started my career right out of nursing school at White Plains Hospital, and so John Chandler is the only CEO of a hospital I've ever known or worked with. So as we started this journey to achieve magnet designation and the transformation began in the nursing division, John was there with us the entire way. That day we received that phone call. I know John was as emotional as I was, and what a significant day it was for us.
John and the hospital have done their very best to certainly keep quality high and always keep their mind on service to the patient and the community.
I met him through the health fair, and it struck me as a person that he was a doer. It's not like any other health fair in the sense that many health fairs, they just give information. This is actual tests that we give to the people. 50 mammographies, blood tests, all kinds of tests. This is provided to the people that otherwise they would not be able to have this kind of service or this kind of care. Thanks to the partnership established, thanks to John.
We have now, as you know, a cardiac catheterization laboratory, which was John's vision a number of years ago, and took a lot of work and effort to make that vision come to fruition.
I understood it immediately. So after dozens of calls, year after year, we finally worked together and were successful in getting the cath lab at White Plains Hospital.
And now, since our lab is so busy, we're now thinking about developing a second cardiac catheterization laboratory.
All these sophisticated services are delivered in-house. The quality of medicine has skyrocketed, and there's no need to go elsewhere for high-quality care.
John often talks about when he first came to White Plains Hospital. They were building a new lobby. Here we are, decades later, rebuilding the lobby, but rebuilding it in a way that is commensurate with what White Plains Hospital has become. The modernization of the hospital frontage on Davis Avenue will create a sense of confidence, convenience, and awareness that our patients are arriving at a leading medical institution.
We have come so far from a sleepy community hospital that always provided excellent care to a tertiary medical center that is rapidly becoming the hub of Westchester County.
John is using his skill and talent to help us prepare a blueprint for the future of White Plains Hospital.
Looking back now, when I think of the moment that I met John almost 5 years ago at this point, it was clear that without fanfare, he was setting the wheels in motion to make sure that this organization was prepared for the future.
Every leader's responsibility is to be in search of their successor. John bridged that. Susan's a home run. She will take White Plains Hospital to the next level. He knew it, the board knew it, Montefiore knew it, and I just think it's a terrific, terrific outcome.
Everyone would agree that it is one of the most challenging times in healthcare. And to meet those challenges, John led a process which began over a year ago to find that right partner for White Plains Hospital. And we chose Montefiore because of their appreciation for what this board, this management, our physicians, and our staff have done for this community and will continue to do in the future to make sure that we are providing the highest level of care to our community.
We will be able to, in fact, take what has already been established by John and Susan and help them bring it to a new level. We're already planning cardiac surgery at White Plains Hospital.
Together, we are truly stronger.
There's not a day that when he walks out the door that I don't think about we're blessed to have him.
Seeing people now who remember the story and don't know us that well, and the first thing a lot of times they'll ask is, how's Dexter doing? And it's nice to be able to say, he graduated college.
We are blessed to have a hospital like White Plains Hospital here in our community. John has done an amazing job with that hospital.
After all the years later, when you go back and look and think about it, that's probably the one big overriding thing is his presence. Sometimes with a softer hand, not with a harder hand, but at the same time, the presence is there.
Everybody knows that you've touched so many lives, and you've especially touched my life with putting that magnificent team around me 12 years ago, and my family went that tragic day at White Plains Hospital, and I just wanted to thank you for that.
John, you know you've transformed this institution from a good community hospital to an institution of excellence that can hold its head high among all the hospitals in the area, including those in New York City.
John, I just want to express my appreciation both as a mayor and as a resident of this city, the culture you've created at the hospital and the quality of care we have available at our doorstep.
Thank you, John, for all you've done for the hospital. Thank you for what you've done for the community. And thank you for what you've done for my family personally.
Thank you for all these wonderful years. It's been a pleasure.
On behalf of everyone in this region that you assisted in the healthcare process, I say thank you.
On behalf of the NICU staff and the babies that you've impacted on, thank you. Thank you for your commitment to us, and thank you for your commitment to the babies in this community.
I can't thank you enough for all you've done for me, for the hospital, for all the programs.
And I wish you the enjoyment of your growing family, the time to take advantage of the things you love, and to think of us fondly and look back on the great programs you created.
You are one of my best friends, and I look forward to many years of maintaining our friendship together.
You have always been there. I will never forget that, and it probably represents one of the most important experiences of my life.
Thanks for over 30 years of a very special friendship.
Thank you for everything that you've done for White Plains Hospital, for our community of patients, for our medical staff, and for me personally.
Your service to White Plains, to the nursing staff, our patients, and the community at large will be missed, and good luck to you in the future.
And much success in your next chapter, and just keep using the same formula of John Chandler.
We're going to do some really great things. I just wish you and your family the very best.
I thank you so much for all that you have done for me, coaching, mentoring, being my rock. Have fun for the rest of your life. I will miss you.
John, you may be retiring next year, but you have been and you will always be a big part of our life. We love you.
John, thank you for investing in me. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for trusting me. I'm honored to continue your legacy.
I wish that you always have family and folks to love, a bit of work, a bit of sun, a bit of cheer, and a guardian angel always near. Congratulations, and I love you.
Thank you, John. We love you.
What I'll miss most are the people. And each and every day walking around the halls and talking to people, seeing how they're doing with their lives.
Everything good?
Good. To me, I'm just blown away every day by what goes on in this hospital.